Miniature Market has thousands of board games at discounted prices. Click the direct link below for Chicken or any other game. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today it's all about chickens because we're going to be trying to get them and counting our chickens for points, but we got to watch out because if there's too many foxes, then we're going to bust and not get any. But we might be hatching chickens and trying to get more chickens. Today we're taking a look at Chicken. This is a dice rolling, press your luck game designed by Scott Almes, nonetheless. Let's show you how it works and I'll see you on the other side. Chicken is a press your luck dice rolling game where you're going to be one of these 8 possible little figures here, so it plays up to 8 players, and it kind of reminds you of like the Monopoly thing where you're like, hey, I want to be the cat, I want to be the pig, I want to be the tractor, stuff like that. Kind of fun. I want to be the poo. And the way the game works is you're going to be pressing your luck. At the beginning of your turn, you may have some certain dice. In this case, we have all of the white dice. So let's show you how a turn works. So let's say we had our first roll. Now what you do is you put all the foxes to the left, all the chickens to the right. Chickens are going to be worth a point each. Foxes are bad because if you get 3 of them, you're bust. After your first roll, if you have not busted, you can choose to do something. First of all, the blanks do nothing. These hatch eggs. First of all, you'll be hatching new dice. First, you start, if there's a yellow one, you take a yellow one. This one has better rewards, but it's more risky. Has more ways to get chickens, but also has, let's see, it still has a fox there, right? And so now you can decide to roll or not. If not, you stop, you'll take your 1 point, and it'll be the next player's turn, but you would pass them all of these dice, including the ones you added. So we say we want to go again. We'll roll. You only get 1 roll if at most. Ooh, look at this. We almost busted. So what we do here is this. So we finished. We will not roll again, but this does hatch another die. We're going to get 2 points. If a third fox had come, we would have busted and got nothing. So we're going to get 2 points, but now this hatched this. We're going to pass all of these to the next player. Let's say we were the tractor. We had gotten 2 points. You go just like this. You're working your way around here, and you're trying to get to 25 or more points to win. More about that in a second. But notice, once you run out of these yellow dice, once all these are in there, if something hatches, it uses one of these dice. Now, these dice have 1 empty, and it has 2 foxes, but it has a chicken and a double chicken. So the better dice have more chances of getting a chicken, but they also can have more chances of getting foxes. So they become more rewarding, but also more risky. So the next player gets to go, and they, at the beginning of the turn, decide, do I want to roll all these dice, or if there's too many dangerous ones and I think I might bust without getting anything, I can chicken. If I chicken out, I basically put all the colored dice back, and I lose a point, but then I get to start sort of a new round again, if you will, of just starting with your regular dice. So usually you'll do that if there's way too many dice, or if you're like in the lead or close to the lead, you don't want to, lose. But no, they're going to press their luck, right? So they're going to go like this. And let's see, we got chickens here. Ooh, look at this. We got 2 foxes. So I would probably want to stop here. We are hatching an egg because on these yellow dice again, we have 1 fox. So between these 3, it's a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 chance of getting a fox. We probably would. We might want to just stop now, take the 2 chickens, pass all these to the next player. But just for the heck of it, let's roll it. All right, well, we did bust here. We had 3 foxes, so we busted. When you bust, essentially, you're not going to get any points. All the colored dice go back, and you just pass these to the next player, and then they start. That's pretty much how it works. Again, after a while, you might end up to the point where you get past this, and you're like, do I want to spend a point to sort of chicken out and get rid of all these colored dice and just start over? Or do I really want to press my luck and see what happens here? In this case, it was really good. Look at that. We got 3 chickens, 4 chickens, and a fox, and all of these hatch, which means this is coming. Now it's like, oh my gosh, do I really want to press my luck? No, I think I'm just going to take the 4 chickens. Just for the heck of it, let's see what happened to my only reroll. Oh my gosh, that would have paid off huge. We would have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chickens. Wow, then we would have passed all these to the left. They would have saw what would have happened. They would have been like, yeah, sure, I want 8 points. Let's roll the dice, right? And sure enough, they already have 2 foxes. If they were smart, they would stop because most of the time they're going to get another fox. They should stop and just take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they don't, and sure enough, yes, they would have busted. That's pretty much how the game works. The rules say once the first person gets to 25 or the game ends. I hate that rule, especially in a game that's this lucky. I much rather say that all the players get equal turns. So let's say this player was the first player in turn order. They get the 20. Let's say they know they're going to get 25. This is a strategy for them. Do they want to keep going? Or do they want to stop because they may just go 25, 26 and stop, But then this player now can still pass them and win. I like that much better than just first player wins, because it's very much, if you get more turns on the people, you're at an advantage. Where equal turns, you're not, and it gives more strategy to the game. So the one big problem I have is the end game, but you could easily house rule it like that, like we do. All right, now before I get to my final thoughts, I want to let you know that if you like my content, there's now ways to get bonus content like first impression videos well before a review will come out, or for many games I don't even end up reviewing. You can even vote for which games get reviewed on the channel. You can also see me opening up packages and getting content earlier than everyone else. And now you can see what you're missing with a free 7-day trial at patreon.com/GameBoyGeek. All right, what do I like about this game? The game has a very sort of nice canvas mat and the custom dice, of course. Nice quality here for such a small game, fits in that nice little tube. You could almost put this thing in your pocket. I like that the game ramps up as the dice are added. So, you've got more dice, the dice get better and better, but they also are more and more risky. And I like that as each sort of, it goes to a crescendo there, if you will. I like that you're pressing your luck for more points for yourself, but you're also indirectly pressing your luck for the next player, because, hey, I'm going to hatch some stuff and get these things. I'm going to roll. Sure, I'm going to roll. Great, I did not bust. I'm getting it. I pressed my luck. Here you go. And now I just hatched a bunch more. Oh, and here's 2 more orange dice. There you go. And it's fun because it's weird. I have not played a game like this where you're sort of pressing your own luck, but you're also possibly pressing the luck for the player next to you if you didn't bust. That's interesting. I like that idea. It's just it's a unique concept that I have not seen before, I don't think. I like the decision that you have before you even roll. You get dice, decision time. Do I roll all these dice, or do I just, chicken? Lose a point, just roll the white dice. I've played this game a lot, and it's a hoot and hollering game, so most of the time you're going to just roll the dice and have fun with it. And if you're not, people are going to pressure you to do it. Roll it, the whole table will be going. And it's fun, and so most of the time you're going to be rolling it. However, if you're like in the lead or close to the lead and you have every die in the whole thing passed to you, you might want to just chicken out, lose a point, and get some points, right? So that's not as fun, but it's probably smarter. So do you want to win or do you want to have fun, right? So I like that you do have that decision before you even roll the dice. The cascading tension is interesting with the flow of the game, because you start with these 4 white dice, and dice get added, and then it gets more and more 10th, and more yellow dice, and then it gets passed, and then some orange dice. Oh, they led the way, and then some more orange dice, and then someone either chickens out or busts, and okay, let's start that back up again. 4 white dice, and it's this like ebb and flow of the game is kind of interesting, because you have these lulls of like, okay, let's start over. And then, and you have a bunch of these throughout the game, and that's kind of fun too. The game has quick turns, which I like. Only up to 1 reroll, and I like that because it's a press your luck game, but you're rolling, and you're adding dice, and you're possibly rolling again or passing the dice. And even if you roll 1 more time, 1 reroll, you're done either way at the end of your turn. You're either busting and passing the dice, or you're getting points and passing all the dice. I like that. It keeps the game moving fast. And for that, it even works well with high player counts because it moves so fast. So a lot of times, press your luck dice games where you're re-rolling, 2 to 4 players max, and then after that, you're just sitting around while people are doing stuff. Here, it's like you're engaged all the time because you're watching what they're doing, because it's what they're doing is going to affect what decision you have at the beginning of your turn. You're involved that way, but it moves so fast, and I like that. The only thing I don't like about this, I showed you in the overview. I hate the end game of this. I mean, it's a sort of a mass market game, I get it. First one of 25 or more wins. I hate it. I hate it. In a game where you have more turns than someone else, racing never works unless you balance it out at the beginning, which they don't do because it's a mass market game and you wouldn't want to do that. We have had much better luck about saying, hey, when someone gets 25 or more, you play till equal turns. So if you were the last player that went in the first round, like if you're the last player and you get 25 or more, you win. If the first player, who basically has had more turns from everyone, gets close, they can say, okay, do I want to press my luck, or do I want to stop right before 25 to try to push a lot past it next time? Or do I want to just barely get there this turn, knowing that someone's right behind me now? I don't know. Or maybe there's someone further away that they might want to push. Now you have an interesting decision to make. Maybe you go and you get to 26, right? Now, everyone else that has not already had that many turns, still in turn order, still gets to go and try to win. And sure, you pretty much bust or nothing, and that's probably why they don't want you to do this. but it still puts pressure on the person of when they want to trigger the end game. And I think that's the interesting part here. You know, the other people are just going to push until they either make it or bust. I get it, but maybe not. Because maybe they're like, oh, I passed you, but there's one other player behind me that still gets to go. Maybe, what am I going to do? It just makes the game way more interesting. It's a very simple rule. I don't know why they didn't add it. As soon as someone gets 25 or more, play until everyone has had an equal number of turns. End game, great. So I'm always playing that way. I don't typically house rule a lot of games. Party games I'm more lenient on. I would recommend you play it that way. The other way is just not as fun. And it's a party game. It's not really about who wins, but it does create what this game, it creates even more of what this game does create naturally, which is fun, tension, hooting and hollering, stand-up dice rolls towards the end, and you've got this. This anticlimactic end, unless you play it this way, that I said it. Also, the thing that's really cool, Scott Almes designed this. He designs, mostly heavier games, all the Tiny Epic series and many other things. I think it's interesting to see him tackle such a light little party game that did it really well. There you go. For all those reasons, this is a great game. If you're looking for an easy dice game, filler, press your luck that moves fast, great with any player count, you gotta check out Chicken. This has been the Game Boy Geek, breaking down barriers, growing relationships with board games, and helping you find the next one you'll love. Game Toppers not only transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution, but they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with over 20 styles of thematic game mats in 11 different sizes from notable board game artists like Vincent Dutray, collapsible cup holders, and real cool accessories, experience what thousands of other gamers enjoy by upgrading every game you play with a Game Topper system. Save hundreds of dollars on Game Topper package deals that are in stock now for immediate shipping at GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below.